Hi, Justin Davey here again. About a week ago I posted a video looking at the autofocus modes on the Sony A7S when used for video and with one of Sony's lenses, in my case the kit lens really, the 28-70 OSS. But since then I've realised that actually a lot of what I was talking about was pretty much nonsense, because I was going through the different autofocus modes and expecting that to affect the real-time continuous autofocus when in video mode, and in reality, as you'll see in a second, they only actually work when you push the shutter button. So what I want to talk about today is face detection and how you also register your face, and hopefully that will give a much better autofocus tracking. So if we just go into the menu here, at the moment I am on focus mode, continuous, which is what we want it to be on, which is what I was talking about last time. But then also I was talking about this thing called focus area. Now at the moment it's set to center, which is fairly self-explanatory. But what I was talking about last time was that I thought that when we were in zone, and when you go into zone mode, look, you can actually determine which of the 9 zones, if you like, becomes the focus area. I thought, okay, well, I want to obey kind of the rules of thirds. So I want to be able to look at the camera like I'm doing now. Let's just get this properly framed up. So I want to be able to look at the camera. I want to talk to the camera, turn away, look at the computer, come back again, and I want my face to always be in focus. And I assumed, look, because I was set to this kind of upper left hand zone, if you like, that that would always be in focus, but it isn't, as you can see here. So let's make sure it's in zone and watch what happens. It only becomes in focus when you half press the shutter, look. So it's focused on me there. We let go. What's going to happen now? Oh, it's gone out of focus again. Brilliant. And it's always going to focus continually in this area in the background. We'll press the shutter again. Oh. And it picks up that zone, but only when we press the shutter button. And already it's gone out of focus. So what we want to be able to do is use face detection so that it tracks my face, and we can also take that one step further by using face registration. And what face registration is for is so you can, I think you can store up to 8 different faces, and you can prioritize which face is predominantly going to be in focus. Now for me there's only one face, but imagine you were shooting a wedding and you wanted to always keep the focus on the bride's face. It would be really useful. Anyway, let's first look at face detection without face registration. So we go into the menu, and we'll go across here. Sorry, I'm trying to do this in reverse. And we're going to go down to smile face detection, and we're going to turn that on. Now watch what happens as soon as that's on. You can now see that this square has appeared here, and everywhere I go, look, it's tracking me, which is really quite nice. So I get close to the camera, keeps me in focus, move further away, keeping me in focus. I turn away and I'm kind of doing, let's just get this framed again. I'm trying to look at the screen and the camera at the same time, but I turn away and hopefully it keeps me in focus. Now the only thing I'm not sure about is, does it need both eyes to be in shot to know that it's the face that it's looking at? So let's just turn away from the camera a little bit and see what happens. Is that keeping our focus? Difficult to know until I review this footage, but you'll see the results straight away. So that's working. That's quite nicely, dead simple. But the one other thing you can do is face registration. So I just want to go through how you do that. So go back into the menu. We'll go a little bit further along. And you can see page 5, face registration. Now when I'm in video mode, if I press that, look, you can see it's greyed out. It's going to say this function is currently disabled. So I'm not entirely sure whether face registration works in video mode. But what I have found is is if we just come out of that, let's just go into one of the still modes. So if we just go into, say, aperture priority, and then we go back into the menu, face registration is now there. So to store a face, you go to new registration, and you can see this kind of darker border has appeared. And what you do is you get your face, or your subject's face, in the window, you press the button, and it says, okay, register face, or we can cancel and try a different one. Do it again. So I'm trying to look at the monitor, which is at the side of the camera as well. So we'll take a picture there. We go register face, yes. And it says registered. So now, if we go back along to smile face detection, what I'm going to do now, look, is rather than using face detection on, I'm going to go up one and I'm going to go to face detection on with a registered face. And as I said, I don't know if this is any more accurate. It would be interesting to try it with two subjects to see how it tracks two different faces and which one gets the priority. But as you can see, it is still keeping me in focus. Let me just go back into movie mode. We're still in photo mode then. So let's just turn away from the camera. Let's see, pretending I was doing something on the computer. Come back again, go away, come back again. Let's turn completely away from the camera and see what happens. I'm expecting it to lose focus now, and we come back into frame and we've gone back into focus. So I hope that was quite useful, something which I've learned this week. If anyone is coming from, say, a Canon background like I was, I definitely would recommend as a good starting point the Sony 28-70 OSS lens. It certainly opens up a lot of other possibilities that you can't do with something like the Metabones or the Comlight adapter with Canon glass. So it's definitely worth trying if you're interested in autofocus in video mode. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time.